What is it about cars? Why do all of us spend hours gazing upon Facebook and Instagram researching cars? What next mod will push out just a little bit more horsepower? What suspension setup will get us just a second faster on the track? Why do we eat ramen noodles for a week just to save up enough money for our next mod? Why do we have such a strong connection with these steel contraptions on wheels? For some people, these machines are just transportation to get to point A to point B. For others, they're a way of life, a lifestyle, a livelihood. Why do we spend every weekend we have free, standing in parking lots talking to other enthusiasts about these machines? In this short film, my goal is to show you why we all have such a connection with these machines and what all they mean to us.
I'm Jeff Norris, Ryan's dad. I guess I'm what you'd consider a car guy. Got my first car, a 1972 Buick Riviera, when I was 15 years old. I drove that down to my cousin's house to catch a ride to high school before I got my driver's license. Time went by, I really learned to love that big V8 with a 4-barrel and kind of got me tuned into old cars. Next car I acquired once I got into college was a 60 Buick. Had that car for a few months, did a little work on it, and then was able to sell that and help pay my college tuition. I kind of got bitten by the bug at that point, and once I got out of college, was able to acquire a Mustang GT 5.0 Fox body that my buddy had a cammed up performance engine in it, manual transmission, and by the time I had that for about 9 months, I'd gotten a couple speeding tickets, and it became clear to me I better get rid of that car before I lose my license. That's when I really became a car enthusiast. After that, one of the things I'd always look forward to was having a 50s era car to drive around. I was able to find a 54 Ford Custom Line sedan, good running old car. I had that for a few years, and then as things move on, I became married, started a family, and had to clear out some of the toys. Skip ahead about a decade or so, one of the aspirations I'd really had was to own a BMW 3 Series convertible, 2004 325. Heck of a nice ride, obviously enthusiast based, and still have that car today. And in case you're wondering, yes, I do still have my first car, that 72 Buick Riviera, and Ryan's even taken that for a drive himself. So you skip ahead to today, and I guess me being an enthusiast, a car guy around Ryan all these years, it's rubbed off on him, and now he's become a car enthusiast as well.
I need you more. Amazing. Ethan Burns. I own a 2005 Ford F-250 with a 6-liter Power Stroke. I've owned it for a year and a half. I got it because my dad and I have always thought that they looked good. My dad always wanted one, so I got one. I got into the diesel community in high school. My buddies were into diesels, and really kind of solidified my passion for diesels. I'd always kind of liked going to any diesel-related events, especially at the county fair, going to the tractor pulls. And really, once I got my first diesel pickup and just going to different events, all the people in it are very nice and knowledgeable, and they'll help you with anything. In the year and a half that I've owned this truck, I've done quite a bit of work to it. I'd always learned or always heard that the 6 liters had a lot of problems, but if you talk to the owners of them, they said they really weren't that bad. So I kind of took a gamble, and I'm kind of figuring it out the hard way that they do have their problems. So in the year and a half, I've replaced the injectors, the glow plugs, which I'm doing that actually right now, and then everything that goes along with doing the injectors. Since the motor is so torn apart, it's really the best time to do a lot of different things. Some of the things that you do while you're this far down into the motor is in the back, underneath the back cover, there is the high pressure oil pump, and which is actually how the truck runs, is by high pressure oil. And so there's a fitting on the back of the pump that is known to leak after time. So I pulled the cover off, cleaned everything all up, replaced the fitting, and then in the canister in the front part of the motor, underneath that there's an oil cooler. So since it's fired by high pressure oil, you got to keep the oil cool, which is another wear item. So it was perfect time to replace that, so I did that as well. The diesel community is really pretty easy to get into. I mean, you don't have to have the newest, coolest truck to be a part of it. I mean, you can have a 17-year-old truck or a 30-year-old truck. I mean, as long as it just runs on diesel, I mean, everybody's going to be interested in it. And so, I mean, you're always welcome at any events. Very friendly people. Some of the things to do at the events are there's diesel drag racing, truck and tractor pulling, dynos, really just anything that you could do with a diesel pickup. I mean, it's all pretty much offered at any event. It's a great community to be a part of.
So what is it about cars? Is it the influence of our parents and our toys from a young age? Is it the impact of a car's power, sounds, and acceleration on our senses? Or is it the social camaraderie of finding others who share the same enthusiasm for their cars? I think it's all of the above. And that's what defines us as a group of enthusiasts who appreciate cars. It's sharing how we customize them to meet our own specific tastes, likes, and desires with a passion that drives us forward in pursuit of this hobby that we love so much. So, what is it that drives you?